Hey everyone, welcome to Afterwards. This was session 5, our penultimate session. I thought the session went pretty well. I didn't know what to do, like I said during questions comments during the first half, so I randomly rolled the dungeon with the, in the back of the Dungeon Master's Guide, they have the random dungeon generator stuff. So I was just kind of rolling that as we went to kind of give it a random feel, which I thought worked pretty well. I sometimes, it was a lot to, be describing, to be answering questions, to be listening to them role play, and to be doing this all at the same time. But not to toot my own horn, but I did definitely feel like I was on, pretty up on my game during that moment. Let's see, what else? So that was fun. We got to use the Beat of Force. Just a lot of interesting roleplay moments for the dungeon, which I thought was time well spent. Maybe a little bit longer than I should have. I should have maybe cut it down a little bit because I think it started to get less interesting as we moved on a little bit. But that was fine. And then we had a battle. Gilliman just totally nerfed my Wug Witch right off the bat, which was great because I needed her to stick around. That fight would have been significantly harder without that spell. The thing that I was thinking this whole time during this whole fight is they have to go back-to-back fights. And I know that, Brian will get his spells back, but Gilliman is going to be down some spells. I know that Renard just used some of his powers, like Action Surge. I think you have to do a short rest. I don't even know if they'll have time for a short rest, depending on what they choose to do. But that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be interesting because very rarely in Threshold do we have back-to-back battles in between sessions. So people will willy-nilly, let's throw some spells out, let's kill the werewolf. But it's oh, wait a second. We have a tougher battle about to happen. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Michael McCallett is a guy from Clarion's backstory. Clarion was sort of part of the Marauders, the McCallett Marauders, which are a gang, and they're trying to just gain as much power as possible, as I mentioned early on. So they're kind of cutting some deals with maybe some people that weren't as good. I was hoping maybe he'd get a little bit more time to talk, but I couldn't find the words. He was fun. I'll just reveal it here. Jamie is not a lycanthrope. He passed his save, so he is safe. He was fun. He can deal a lot of damage, that glaive man, with 4 attacks, and he was able to just... he could have slaughtered some of these guys, but they got close enough that it was time to break out the claws and the bite, and I wanted a chance to turn some people, so I got that. The Wug Witch would have made that fight significantly harder had they not nerfed him, but that's okay because that's a good spell, and now I don't have to deal with that here in a minute when we do our next session. Zombies were fun. Again, there's so little, their AC is shit, they have barely any hit points, but that undead fortitude means that they can just keep going and going and going. I would love to throw a big zombie, like a gargantuan-sized zombie or something at him and just have it just refuse to die. I think that's really fun. Casey, I guess, raised a valid concern that normally when I say, tell me how it goes down, that means it's dead, but that was kind of my intention, is to make them think it's dead so that way it is shocking when it's not dead. To kind of give it that horror feel of you think it's dead, but it keeps coming back. So that was a lot of fun. That whole encounter was fun. I'm glad we got a silver crossbolt to go. I felt bad when he shot it and he used his spell to almost deal all that damage and have it bounce off, which really sucks. So I cheated, and McCallett actually had 1 more hit point, but I decided to give him the killing blow. I think that's everything. I'm excited for next session. I have a regret. I wish that I had, that's okay, it's just afterwards. Actually, I don't know if you ever watch afterwards, but a lot of the time I do talk to Eric.
I'm trying to keep it more, yeah. I'm here, not Eric.
Kevin's switching over there. Next session's going to be very fun. I'm excited. I'll talk more about that in my afterwards next week. But, I regret in this last session, I haven't been naming my NPCs this game, so they haven't been very interesting. And that's a regret that I had. I wish I had given a little more personality to the Black Piper cleric. I wish he had a little more personality. And I wish that I had described Michael McCallett a little bit more to make him, he's not at the level that a Gray or someone else is, and so I'm a little upset that with myself that I did it that way. But I'll do better next time. I will see you next Monday for our exciting conclusion of Threshold. The Threshold Homecoming. It's so hot down here. And we're gonna let the basement cool off, and we will see you on Monday. Have a great rest of your week.